everyone, this is real estate coach Craig Proctor. Lean on in. Today we're going to be talking about buyers, specifically how do I get them, how do I negotiate a higher fee. Today we need to be negotiating our fee directly with the buyers. It's not like the good old days where somebody else negotiated. That actually wasn't the good old days because I don't like the fact that somebody else was negotiating our fee. I don't like the fact that the seller or the listing agent was deciding what I was going to get paid when I was representing my buyer. So the good news now is we no longer need to do that. We need to be very, very good at compelling buyers to want to meet with us. Okay, we can't make them meet with us. We got to use the right language to get them to want to meet with us, and then we have to have a great presentation to convince them to not only work with us, but we got to be able to negotiate our fee. Today we're going to talk about how to negotiate a higher fee. So do check in. Let us know that you're with me here today. And by the way, if you want this free report on the 9-point VIP buyer checklist, just drop into chat right now, into the comments, free report, and we'll get that out to you. Today we'll also be talking about my VIP buyer agreement. This is the agreement that we use to sign our buyers up for 4%. Now, I know some of you are going to push back at that and say, well, there's no way that I can get 4%. Look, if you don't ask, you don't get. We have to start high, okay? You're not going to ever get more than what you ask for. So this is where the negotiation comes in. The way we're going to get a higher fee with the buyers, because some of you will say, well, why would a buyer pay me more than the other agents? Because you're going to do more. Let me give you a couple examples. In our VIP buyer agreement here, we offer the buyer that we can get them a discount on their financing. We can get them a better home loan than if they work with other agents. How many of you would say that that would be valuable to the buyer if we could save them $500 or $1,000 or a quarter point off the interest rate? The next thing we're going to do is we're going to have relationships with title companies and real estate attorneys so we can negotiate savings on their closing costs. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to have a home warranty that they get for free when they buy a house using our services. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to offer a whole bunch of guarantees that we offer that our competitors don't offer. So, for example, if you're the buyer, I would say if you work with me, I guarantee to save you X amount of dollars, depending on your price range. If you work with me, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, I promise you in writing, I give you a guarantee in writing that I'm going to negotiate $5,000 off the asking price of any home you purchase using my services, or I'll pay you $1,000 cash on closing. I'm also going to give you what we call our 100% love it or leave it guarantee, which means any property you buy using our services, if you're not thrilled with that property, if you don't love that house, anytime within the next 18 months, we'll sell the house for free. Okay, we won't even charge you a listing commission as long as you buy your next home using our services. So this is called value stacking. So what we're doing is we're stacking all this value, all these amazing things that we do, so buyers see us as different. They understand the advantages of working with us, and we can negotiate a higher fee. Now, a couple of things we need to break down. Number one, how do I get good buyers? I mean, I don't want buyers that are not motivated. I don't want buyers that can't afford to buy a house. That's the marketing component, okay? So some of you are still chasing buyers. You're buying, leads from Zillow, and you know how that goes. They don't pick up the phone, and you're chasing them, and you're very depressed about this. You need to be offering the buyers something they really, really want that they can't get by themselves on the internet, and it has to be something that you're offering that the other agents don't offer. How many of you would agree that that's important? Let me know in the comments if that makes sense. If I want to get buyers and I want to negotiate a higher fee, I've got to get good buyers, and the buyers need to be chasing me. I can't be chasing them. Many of you are poorly positioned. Would you agree? If you're chasing them and you're calling them, not good, you're poorly positioned. But if we can reverse this using smart modern marketing by making very, very good offers, and I'll give you some examples of what those good offers look like, you will have more buyers contacting you than you could possibly work with. Okay, who's calling BS on that, right? BS, nope. This is what I teach millionaire agents to do. Many of you know my story. Within 3 years of having my license, never sold anything in my life before. Within 3 years of having my license, I was named the #1 RE/MAX agent in the entire world. I sold over 10,000 homes using these techniques. I've also shared what I'm sharing with you with over 30,000 agents, and I've created more millionaire agents than either coach or trainer or guru. We're going to get into some of the details. I'm going to get you excited. You finally met somebody that actually made millions of dollars selling real estate, sharing what they do. Not like what's typically the case. You go onto your news feed, you're scrolling through, it's faker after pretender after. These people, some of them have never sold real estate. They have no credibility in actually telling you how to make millions of dollars. They've never done it themselves. If they knew how to make millions of dollars selling real estate, they would be doing that, right? I did it, okay, for 30 years. Now, I'm having a conference, by the way. If someone could type this in, Orlando, Florida, April 3rd and 4th. If I blow you away today, I want you to click on this link. If you want to get more training, you can come to my conference, Orlando, Florida. Someone type in Orlando, Florida, April 3rd and 4th. Orlando, Florida, April 3rd and 4th. This is the domain name. Someone type in seminardetails.com. No space, seminardetails.com. Okay, if you click seminardetails.com, that'll be a clickable link. You can get all the information about the conference. Okay, what are we going to learn? Exactly what we're talking about here today. This is going to be about 20 minutes long. Can't do the topic justice. You need to have good offers to get people to call you. When you have a lot of buyers and sellers that are interested in working with you, you're going to have the confidence to charge a higher fee. And you're going to get it because what you're offering the buyers is something they can't get anywhere else, or it's something that the other agents aren't offering. So my millionaire clients, they're getting 4% when they work with buyers. You can fight it. You can say that's bullshit. You can say my marketplace is different. You're totally entitled to your opinion. But what if your opinion is costing you and your family hundreds of thousands of dollars? What if this is real? What if you could have a presentation and a value stack of really great, valuable things to buyers so they want to work with you and they're even willing to pay you more money? And the truth of the matter is the buyer's not paying anything because we're getting this paid out of the proceeds of sale. You guys know how to do that, right? The buyer contracts for 4%, but we say to the buyer, but we're going to try to get the seller to pay for it. Okay, now that comes into your skill set in negotiating into your offer of purchase and sale. We're going to have a clause that basically says the seller agrees to pay 4% of the purchase price to the buyer on closing to help cover the buyer's closing costs. There you go. You got your 4%. Your buyer didn't pay anything. Now, sometimes that doesn't work out 100%. The seller will only pay part of it or none of it. Ultimately, that would fall back on the buyer's responsibility. But because I'm really good at negotiating, most of the time we're able to get the seller to pay for it. And well, why would the seller do that? Because they want to get their home sold. What if the listing agent says, well, my seller wants $1 million and I don't want to pay this 4%. Sign it back at $1,040,000. There we go. Your seller is going to net what they want. My buyer can finance the fee. I get paid what I deserve. So we teach you how to do this. So let's start in the beginning. You don't have enough quality buyers. You don't. And what you believe are good buyers don't exist, or my leads all suck. And they might, because if you're buying leads and you're chasing them, very bad approach. You might be thinking, well, I don't have the money to get the good leads. Okay, I don't have the credibility. Absolutely BS. Look at my story. I never sold anything in my life before I got into real estate. Okay, never sold anything. I had no confidence. I had no money, no experience selling anything. And within 3 years of having my real estate license, check it out, within 36 months, I was named the #1 RE/MAX agent in the world. For what? For commissions earned. Not number of homes, not volume, not BS, actual money in my bank account. That means, Craig Proctor, I made more money than the other 100,000 plus RE/MAX agents within 3 years of having my license. So I'm in a small town. A lot of you think, well, my marketplace is different. Everybody thinks that. I have taught this system to 30,000 agents. Everyone believes their specific situation is different and somehow that doesn't apply. We try to let ourselves off the hook. Nope. I will introduce you to millionaire Craig Proctor agents from all over the United States and Canada, every state, every province. And when you come to the Orlando conference, by the way, we spend 2 days drilling down on this. Here's what's great. You get the social proof, right? You meet hundreds of millionaire agents successfully doing what we're talking about today. So here's the first thing we're going to work on. Your offer. Let's not pretend it's not good enough, right? Your offer, chances are, and I don't know you, but chances are what you've been taught to say to buyers is, your big offer to buyers is, I can email you the daily updates of all the homes on MLS. That's your big offer, right? Not your fault. That's what you were told to do. Here's the problem. The buyer's like, yeah, I don't need that because I have something called the internet. I can go to Zillow. I can go to Redfin. The buyers believe, they actually believe, I don't need a real estate agent to find a house anymore. That's what they believe. You can fight it all you want. You can scream. Look, I don't agree with this. I'm just telling you what the buyers think. So what if you did this instead? Instead of you trying to market a house, let's talk about that. That's the other thing they tell you to do. Oh, you should advertise your listing. We know, right, that when you advertise your listing, 95% of the inquiries, whether it's an ad call or a sign call, they eliminate your property. You're literally advertising something that 95% of the people don't want. You know this from your own experience. This is not BS. You know this. You take all these sign calls and ad calls, and 95% of the buyers that inquire tell you the house is too big, too small, wrong location, too much money, or whatever. Now, in the beginning, we just hang up and go, oh, okay, I'm sorry. Okay, then we learn, oh, okay, I get it. The buyer never hardly ever buys the house they call on. So then, instead of letting them hang up, we say, well, what are you looking for? And they tell us. Some of them tell us. And then what do? We then tell them about other homes that are for sale that would match their criteria. And these other homes we talk about, they're not our listings, right? They're probably not our listings, probably not even listed with our company. They're houses on MLS. Okay. We're going to change the game for you right now. You're not going to do that. We're going to plus your offer. Okay. We're just going to change the words that come out of your mouth. Is this making sense, by the way? Smash the like button. I refuse to talk anymore until everybody smashes the like button. Maybe give me a little heart there. I want to share with you a much better offer. Here it is. You pretend you're the buyer, and this is how I'm going to say it to you. So, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, not only can I get you information on all the homes that match your home buying criteria that are publicly available, but are you aware that some of the best deals are not publicly available? Like unlisted and off-market properties, like builder closeouts, like bank foreclosures, okay, and other distress sales. Would you like to get access to those as well? Okay, it's a free service and you're never obligated to do anything. Would that interest you? If you say it that way, almost every buyer you make that offer to will say, yes, I want that. Okay, now, it's what you're offering here is you're offering a service. Can you see we're not talking about a house and we're not talking about a list of houses from the MLS that you're going to email them that they believe they can get this information on their own, right? Just by going to Google, going to Zillow. Now, you have some questions, right? One of your questions is, well, where do I get these properties? We'll teach you how do I get the unlisted, off-market, builder closeouts, the bank foreclosures, the distress sales, the company transfers. These are the great deals, expired listings. I can go on and on. We're going to build a list of off-market properties that the buyer they don't know how to get it by themselves. Guess what? Now they need you, right? You know when you're talking to a buyer and you make your offer and you can see they're not really into it and they kind of lean back? We want the buyers leaning in, right? You've had that before where you say something that the buyer or seller is interested in and they kind of lean in and they get interested. That's when we know we've got good marketing. So now we need to get together with them to discuss what they're looking for so we can send them the on-market and off-market properties. That's why they're going to meet with you. When they meet with you, you've got to have a really, really good presentation. And some of you don't, okay? Some of you do not have a good presentation. And that's why when you meet with the buyers, you can't get them signed up, right? Or you have to discount your fee. You know, you're doing it for 2% or you're doing it for 3%, which is fine. If you want to keep doing that and you believe that's the best that you can do, then you should just leave this session right now because you believe that you're doing it the best way possible. But what if that's not true? What if I can introduce you to hundreds of agents that are making millions of dollars a year that are making these offers, compelling the buyers to want to meet? You see, not making them meet. And you also can't create motivation where motivation doesn't exist, right? The buyer is either motivated or they're not motivated. It's our job in 5 minutes over the phone to determine if they're motivated and what their timing is. This is not about trying to have a silver tongue and convince people that don't want to buy a house to buy a house. It doesn't work, right? This is about identifying who is in the market to buy a house and making an unbelievable offer so they want to meet with us. And when they meet with us now, we're going to have a canned presentation. I know that might sound boring to some of you, right? Well, I like to have the wing it presentation. How many of you like the wing it presentation? It's very exciting, right? Because you never know what the hell you're going to say until you get there, right? Problem is it's not very effective. You know, if you're flying in an airplane, you sure hope the pilot has a flight plan. You need a flight plan. So we have what we call our VIP buyer presentation. We are basically saying the same thing in the same order. And what we're doing is we're value stacking. So we're saying not only can we get you access, priority access to the good listings, right? The off market. So we get your information on the public available homes, the homes on MLS, just like all the other agents. But some of the best deals sell off market. Okay, they're not publicly available. We're going to get you access to those as well. Okay, bank foreclosures, builder closeouts, unlisted, off-market, expired listings. Here's what we're going to do. You tell us exactly what you're looking for. We're going to go into that neighborhood using our target marketing approach, and we are going to find homeowners that want to sell that are not publicly available. They're not listed. Why do sellers want to do that? Well, just like all the iBuyer companies, sellers would far much prefer just to get the job done, you know, that a buyer just comes and buys the home and they don't have to go through months and months of on the market with home inspections and viewings. So this is very, very popular right now. We're going to go around MLS. We're going to take our buyers and go directly to the homeowners. The homeowner's happy because it's convenient for them. The buyer's happy because they're the only buyers that know about these properties. Now we lay on all the other benefits. So if you work, okay, pretend you're the buyer. If you work with me, Mr. and Mrs. Home Buyer, I'm also going to save you over $1,000 on your financing. How do I do that? I have a relationship with my lender where I can offer my buyer a discount. You need to do the same thing. I have a relationship with the title company that I send all my buyers to, or the real estate attorney. If you're in an area where we use real estate attorneys, we're going to help save you money, X amount of dollars on your closing costs, because I've negotiated that with the title companies and with the real estate attorneys. We're going to provide you for free a home warranty worth whatever that is, $1,200. We're going to give you a written guarantee that we're going to save you X amount of dollars off the asking price of any home that you purchase using my services, or I'll deduct my $1,000 from my fee. And we don't want to just sell you a house. We want to sell you the right house. We give you in writing our love it or leave it guarantee. Anytime within 18 months, if you don't feel it's a perfect home for you for any reason at all, we'll sell it for free as long as you buy your next property using our services. Now, I could go on and on and on, but let me know in the comments, are you finding this extremely helpful? Does this make sense? We got to improve your offer so more people are calling you. I want you to have too many buyers. Why? Because some of them are going to be better than others. right? Some of them are going to be better than others. You're only going to get rich in real estate if you can work with the best buyers. We have to be in a position where we can poo-poo. We can get rid of buyers that are less motivated, less qualified, buyers that are pain in the ass, right? We don't want to work with them. We want to work with that's how I made $4 or $5 million every year selling real estate. I was working with the best buyers and sellers in the marketplace. We can design your business to operate that way. No more fighting with insincere, unmotivated, rude people. Nope, next, get out of the way. I've got better buyers to work with. So we got a marketing issue here. Then we got to improve the words that come out of your mouth. You cannot keep saying what all the other agents are saying and expect to get better results. Well, I'm a really good negotiator. You know what the buyer says today? Heck, I can go to Zillow, find out who's got the house listed, go around you directly to the listing agent, and probably save more money. So I don't care if you're a good negotiator. I can negotiate better without you. I'll get you information on all the houses on MLS. They know how to do that themselves. They believe that you offer little value. Now, that's our fault, right? It's got to be up to us to change the narrative. You do this with the marketing you use to attract these buyers, okay? And then the words that come out of your mouth. And we get down to this presentation, and at the end of it, we say we're going to try to get the seller to pay for our fee. Our fee's 4%. What if they freak out? You can always move it down to 3. You can always move it down to 2. But that's our starting point, right? If you don't ask, you don't get. You want to know what you're going to find when you get really good at the presentation and you become more confident? When you say our fee is 4%, some of the buyers are going to say, okay. We need to learn to zip it up and let that simmer, let that sit. Don't say, well, my fee's 4, but because we went to high school together, I'll do it for 3. We don't even give it a chance. We don't believe in our fee. That's part of the problem. They say that the first sale that every salesperson must make is to themselves. So if you don't believe you're worth 4%, you ain't ever getting 4% from anybody because you don't actually believe it yourself. When you come to my conference in Orlando, I lay this out. How many of you are interested in coming? Type in Orlando. Please type Orlando into the comments. Okay? That's a good sign. Orlando. What would it be worth to come and spend 2 days with me and agents that are making millions of dollars a year that have been involved in the Craig Proctor system for 5, 10, some of them 15 or 20 years? We lay it out. How many of you would like this? Let's have a look at it. Oh, that's pretty good, isn't it? Do you guys see what it says at the bottom? Additional bonuses provided to our VIP buyers. You will receive a 12-month home warranty. Number 2, you will receive our written buyer satisfaction guarantee, where we agree to either sell your house for free or buy it back. You're going to receive X dollar amount lender credit. You're going to receive X dollar amount closing attorney credit. You're going to receive an X dollar home inspection credit. This is how we're able to negotiate a higher fee. Okay? Value stacking. You get this, and you get this, and you get this. You don't have that, right? You just say, well, here's what I do. I send you the houses that are on the internet you can find by yourself, and I've lived in this town for 17 years. And the buyer's like, that's all you got? Well, I'm like really nice too. Everyone is saying what you're saying. If you want to do better, stop listening to the fakers and the pretenders. Believe me, everyone that's got a social media account today is a coach. You know that, right? You go to your newsfeed. Oh, there's another coach. Someone's selling me leads. God, they're not leads. It's scraped information, for Pete's sake. Leads? No. Someone goes to Zillow. They might not even be looking for a house. They're curious. I'm bored. I go to Zillow. Sometimes I go to Auto Trader. I'm not looking for a car. I'm bored. I'm looking around. Okay, so that's the information gets scraped and sold to you and 5 other real estate agents and lenders as well. And we wonder why they won't answer the phone. Look, guys, you're real estate agents. You don't even like answering the phone, right? I know, because I try to call you sometime. We don't want to answer the phone. The people aren't answering the phone, and it's depressing, right? Because you're making the calls. You're getting lower and lower and lower to your desk. No one's answering the phone, and when they do answer the phone, they blow you off. They say to you, I didn't do this. I don't know what you're talking about. Somebody was playing with my phone. You can continue to live that way, But that just means you don't know that the other world, the Craig Proctor world, you don't even know it existed. That's why you come and you get professionally trained for 2 days with Craig Proctor, April 3rd and 4th in Orlando. Let's type that in again. Please type in seminardetails.com. You come, you spend 2 days with me. We give you the collateral materials. We teach it to you. Most importantly, you meet the millionaire agents that are doing it. What's missing is you need clear direction, but you also need the social proof and the confidence that this is real and this is something that will actually work for you. If you take a look at all the crap that's being sold to you, there is no proof. The person doing the selling has never done the doing. Now, think about that. Shouldn't it be common sense that before we give someone our money, that we do a little investigation, a little research, and we say, what gives that person that purports to be an expert, what gives them the credibility to take my money and teach me anything? We don't do that today. That's why we've got the Kardashians. Like, why are they famous? Because they said they're famous. They don't dance, they don't sing. But in today's world on social media, everyone's taking your money. Everyone's after your money, trying to sell you leads, trying to sell you a little technology. You don't need technology. You got a CRM right now? Let Craig Proctor show you how to get leads in your CRM. How about this? Do you have a phone? Great. Why don't we get buyers to call your cell number? You don't need any technology, right? Why don't you offer them something they really want and they pick up the phone and call you instead of you calling hundreds of people to get one person on the phone that's rude or blows you off? You're poorly positioned. When you're chasing them, you're positioned as a salesperson. I want to teach you how to be positioned as a welcome guest, not an annoying pest. Do you see the difference? Right now, you're a pest. We're going to flip it around, get them chasing you. Now, if you guys want information on this, I've got this free report. You type in free report. We'll give you some information, but here's the big thing. Get yourself to Orlando. Okay, come and spend a couple days with me. There's nothing that you're doing in your business that's more important on April 3rd and 4th than coming and being with me and getting the listing presentations, the seller presentation, getting all the scripts, getting the dialogues, learning about the activity plans and the CRMs and the new technology and how we use artificial intelligence to make the process easier. Okay, you're going to hear superstar after superstar after superstar from all over the country demonstrating and showing you exactly what they do. Okay, now these 2 days will save you an enormous amount of pain and struggle. And basically, let's stop wasting your money and time and stuff that doesn't work. How many of you would agree, the way I laid this out, when I talk about what you're currently doing, how many of you are like, yeah, he's right. That's what I do. I buy these BS leads. They're scraped information. They're not people that raised their hand and said, I want to buy a house. It's just bullshit, right? And you're buying these and you're spending all this money. And then you have to spend an enormous amount of time on the phone trying to call them and chase them, and you're poorly positioned. And 95% of the people, you never get a hold of them anyway. So all these leads you paid money for go into your unconverted lead database, right? They're in your CRM under unconverted leads. People you've never spoke to in your life and people that you're never going to speak to because they're not answering the phone. Well, if they won't answer the phone, we sure as hell better figure out how to get them to call us, because you'll answer your phone if they call you, right? Doesn't that make sense? Nobody's teaching this because nobody understands how to do this. There's a reason why. I'm going to repeat it again. Within 36 months, Craig Proctor, me, I go from as dumb as a pile of rocks to the number one RE/MAX agent in the entire planet for number of homes sold and commissions earned. How? I never sold anything before. I didn't know anything about marketing. I had no money. I had no confidence. I had to self-learn this. Well, guess what I did? A lot of agents are coming to me now, right? It's like, holy shit, how did this guy do this? He's only had his license for 36 months. He's selling 400 or 500 homes a year. I want to learn what he's doing. So since that time, I've had 30,000 agents come through my training, and I've created more millionaire agents than any other coach, trainer, or guru out there. And I want to introduce them to you. Okay? Seminardetails.com. Type that in again, seminardetails.com. proctor.com. That's where you're going to go. It's a great big long, if you're an analytical personality, well, what am I going to learn? I can't possibly just, you read it all. It's page after page of what we're going to talk about, what you're going to get. Google me, Google Craig Proctor. You'll know who I am. It's like, holy crap, this guy's the man. He actually did all these things he's talking about. And then Google all the other people. Google all the other people that purport to be experts. Do a little bit of research. You're going to find a lot of them never even had a real estate license. Never sold houses, right? Their job is getting money from you. That's their job, okay? I don't need your money. I sold over 10,000 homes. That's public, very public, well documented. Now, take an average commission of about $15,000 to $20,000 and multiply by 10,000 home sales. I'm okay. I'm good. And I've taught 30,000 agents how to do this. So add all that money to the money I made selling real estate. I don't need your money. I am here because I want your testimonial. I want you to come up to me in Orlando and say, this was great stuff. Shake my hand, maybe give me a bear hug and say, this is the best stuff I've ever heard. This training here, this was free. This is a freebie here. This is to find out who's for real. A lot of people talk a good talk. Okay, yeah, I want to improve. I want to change. And then they keep doing the same stuff they've been doing. No, we need to stretch your paradigm. You know what your paradigm is, right? The paradigm is all the crap that's in your brain. Since you were a kid, all the stuff your parents taught you, all the crap they taught you in school and in college, and you get into real estate, and the first thing you do is you look around at what all the other agents are doing and you copy it. No, if you're looking around at what everyone else is doing and you copy them, you're going to get the same crappy results that they're getting. Here's what I'm going to do in Orlando. We're going to pull your head off your shoulders, I'm going to clean out all that old stuff in your head, and then we're going to pop your head back on your body. Paradigms are other people's habits, right? Look, is this the truth or not? You get up every day and you say to yourself, you know what? I don't like what I'm doing, and it's getting me results that I'm not happy with, but you keep doing it anyway. That's insanity, right? That's crazy, right? So every day I'm going to get up. I don't like what I'm doing. It's getting me results I don't like, but I'm going to decide to keep doing it anyway. What you need is an intervention. That's what Orlando is about. This is an intervention where we're going to sit around with hundreds of agents, and we're going to interview them on stage, and we're going to talk about what was your life as a realtor like before Craig Proctor? Well, they told me to go door knocking and sit in open houses and do floor time, buy leads from Zillow, and I was selling 8 homes a year. All right. What did you do the year after Craig Proctor? Well, I'm making over $1 million a year. I'm selling over 100 homes. You see, this is what you're going to... Now, in the beginning, and maybe right now, you're skeptical. It's like, oh, this is bullshit. There's another guy trying to take my money. Again, I don't need your money. If you don't do this, it only affects you. It doesn't affect me, right? Lots of people will do this, and they will come. You've got to decide, what if this is true? What if I could change my approach and have a completely transformational experience inside of real estate? This industry, by the way, is still really good, right? If a guy like me can make $4 or $5 million every year selling real estate, when I didn't finish college, only got high school, see, that was my paradigm. My paradigm is, well, you can't be rich unless you have a college degree or you're a doctor or you're a specialist. Nope. I quit college. I was halfway through it. I didn't like it. I got into real estate. Even my father said, don't get into real estate. Oh my God, why did he say that? My dad wanted me to succeed. My dad said, Craig, you shouldn't get into real estate. I said, why? He goes, because you never stick with anything. And you know what? He was right. I dropped out of university. I dropped out of college, this job, that job, trying to find my way. When I got into real estate, though, I really liked it. Plus, how many of you I had no plan B. Failure was not an option for Craig Proctor because my parents had paid for college and I blew it all up. So I had to make this work. There's some of you watching me right now that know I have to make real estate work. Okay. All right. So you come to that conclusion. I haven't figured this out on my own. So I got to get somebody to help me. Who am I going to get? Yeah, go to social media. You're going to find lots of people that rented a Ferrari or Lamborghini for the day, and they look great, and they're half my age, and they're going to tell you that you just go onto YouTube and talk and get pictures on the beach, look like you're having fun. Guys, if you're falling for that, no, you have to have really good offers. This isn't about just creating an awareness. A lot of agents think that, well, it's about branding. People should know who I am. Okay, I'll give you this. If people don't know who you are, yeah, that's your fault. And obviously people need to know who you are. But may I ask you this? You already got a lot of people that know who you are. And some of the people that you know quite well, family, friends, past clients, have listed their home or bought real estate with another agent. Boom. I just broke that myth, right? Because what the other gurus tell you is, well, if you create this awareness and people know who you are, they're going to do business with you. Not true. It's a good starting point, but you've already had lots of people you know quite well disappoint you. It's hurtful, right? Because they decided to list with another agent. Here's what you really need. You need people to not only know who you are, but link to that identity. They need to understand what makes you different and better. The benefits have to be so huge, they wouldn't dream about using another agent. They want to work with you and only you. So two things. They got to know who you are, but link to that identity, link to your identity, have to be these unique selling propositions. When I think of Craig Proctor, the real estate agent, I think of all these guarantees. I think of all these things. The fact that he gets me access to unlisted and off-market homes, that he'll guarantee that he's going to save me X amount of dollars when I buy a home. All of this goes into your marketing, so they think very favorably of you. Because when it comes time to sell or buy, you want them to call you. You don't want to hear about, oh my God, I can't believe I went to high school with this person. I know I was in real estate. I saw them 2 weeks ago and they just listed their house. That's on us, right? It's not the public's fault if they don't know who you are, and it's not their fault if they don't understand what makes you different and better. Have you ever considered this? Maybe it's easier just to be different than it is to be better. That's what I did. Was I the best? No. I was a nobody. I got into real estate within 3 years, was the #1 RE/MAX agent in the world, not because I was better. Everybody was better than me. Every RE/MAX agent in the world had more experience than me. They knew more people. They had a book of business. I came in and I was different because of the marketing. This is what you need. So I did it. I've taught 30,000 other agents how to do it. You're going to meet hundreds of them in Orlando. The question is you. Are you committed? I want you to type in, I am committed. Are you committed? Do you want a truth teller, or do you want someone that's going to blow smoke at you? Do you want someone that's going to tell you what it really takes to be successful as an agent, or are you going to keep giving your money away to pretenders, fakers, and frauds? I'm sorry, but if you've never successfully done the thing that you're teaching people to do, that's a faker. That's a fraud. If I want to learn how to play golf, I better be learning from someone that's a really good golfer, not somebody that heard about how to play golf or read about how to play golf in a book. That's your responsibility, to do that research and find yourself a real doer, someone that's actually done the thing very successfully that you want to do. Leave me the comments below. Let me know, do you guys want this information? You want it? Type in free report, okay, or just the word report, and we'll get that to you. If you want information on Orlando, forget the information. Just go to seminardetails.com. Seminar Details, say it with me, seminardetails.com. It should be a clickable link. You go there. We've got this much marketing. You keep scrolling and scrolling, testimonial after testimonial. Go ahead, call anybody. Dozens and dozens of testimonials of people that have had their lives changed, not because they moved marketplaces, because we implemented a better system inside their real estate business, right? That made a tremendous difference and changed everything, not just in their business, but in their lives. You don't have to believe me. Go watch the testimonials. So, hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you found this incredibly helpful today. It'd be really great if you could smash the like button, or maybe give me a little heart there, or just let me know in the comments. What did you learn today? What did you like the best about all the things that we talked about? Do you believe this is real? Do you think it's bullshit? Do you think this is real? What do you think? Have you checked out my track record? Do you know who Craig Proctor is? I've heard about this Craig Proctor guy before. How many of you kind of feel that you're getting to know my personality, a little bit about my approach, right? This is what I want to show you to do, how to do with your marketing, because a big part of this is video, right? The new listing presentation is not sitting at the kitchen table. The new listing presentation is how you present yourself online. Can anyone tell me in the comments when a seller is thinking of selling their home or a buyer is thinking of buying a home, where's the very first place they go? Google, right? If I Google you, how do you show up? You Google me. You Google me and check me out. I'll Google you and I'll check you out. How you show up online is your presentation. I get it. Back in the day, it used to be, we didn't have all this online information. And prospects weren't programmed to search everything online. I mean, it's not just real estate agents. Let's say that we were all together. We're in Orlando. We're all together. And a group of us wants to go out for dinner. And we're in Orlando. We don't know any restaurants there. What do? We pull out our phone. We Google it. We look at the reviews. This is how buyers and sellers are deciding what agent they're going to go with. The listing presentation is how you show up online. It's how you present yourself. I know it used to be different, right? It used to be, well, the sellers would call 4 agents and interview them at the kitchen table. No, people are not doing that today, not near as much. And the younger the prospect, the more that's true. I was having this conversation with my 32-year-old son. And I said, if you were listing your house, how would you find an agent? And he thought it was ridiculous. Like, oh, I'm not going to have agents come over to my house just to find out what they do. I'm not doing that. It's their job, his opinion, it's the agent's job online to make a presentation on why they should be telling me what they do online without me having to waste my time and have them over to my house, wasting an hour at the kitchen table. He goes, I'm 32. Nobody my age is doing that. How we make the presentation is everything that you would say at the kitchen table, we can say it on video. And we can email that out to all the leads. Or when the people are Googling and searching us out, we can do a really good job of saying, hey, my name's Craig Proctor. I'm with Remax. This is what I do. This is what makes me different and better. And this is the big offer I have for you. By the way, if you're interested, call me. And I give them the cell number. I'm not driving them to a landing page. Last thing I want is another fake phone number to call. I want them calling me. So we're going to work on the presentations. Now, you understand I just gave you a presentation, right? How many of you think this was a pretty good presentation and it cost you $0? Now, think about this. What if I had tried to call you and tell you what we've talked about here today? First of all, I'd be poorly positioned because I'd be chasing you. You came to me. This cost me $0. And now, many of you who didn't know who Craig Proctor was before, you know who I am. If you knew who I was before, hopefully you're like, well, that was a really good presentation. I'm going to come to Orlando. I want to know more about Craig Proctor. So what I did right here with you is what I want to teach you to do. Because some of you got to feel like you know me better today. It's like, hey, I know Craig has got good stuff. I feel like Craig might be somebody that can help me. Okay? We're going to use this approach by getting the buyer and seller leads to come in, and then we're going to market using video. You're going to be telling your story. So they're going to start to feel like they know you, they like you, they trust you, they understand what makes you different and better. And the call to action is we're going to make this incredible offer to get them to call you. Now, because you're watching this, you've been pixeled by Facebook. Not something I did. Facebook does this. That means wherever you go now online, you're going to start to see Craig Proctor. I'm going to be following you around, right? Also, we're going to take this. My VAs are going to take this, and we're going to repurpose this training session. So you'll find this on YouTube. You'll find this on LinkedIn. It'll be in many different places. We can chop it up, slice it, and dice it, and we can repurpose it. You have to understand that as the rainmaker, that's you. You're the rainmaker, and you're the superstar of your business, right? And as the superstar of your business, we need you on video telling who you are, what you got, what makes you different and better, and making these really great offers so buyers and sellers are calling you. So we'll get all into all of this stuff during the 2 days of training in Orlando, Florida. I hope you'll be there. I hope I see you there. April 3rd and 4th, Orlando, Florida. It's at the beautiful Omni Resort. It is a resort, lazy river, the whole thing. We're not doing this at a cheap hotel. It's going to be at a beautiful resort. So go to seminardetails.com, and I hope to see you there. Let me know if you enjoyed this and you found this incredibly helpful. Thank you for being with us and watching this today. I'm real estate coach Craig Proctor. Take care. Hi, this is Craig Proctor. Hey, I really hope you enjoyed that video. And listen, I've got a lot more information for you to help you grow your real estate business. You see, several times a week, I record new videos and I load them onto this YouTube channel. What I'd like you to do, if you'd like to access them, are two important things, and both are totally free. Number one is I'd like you to subscribe to this channel. You're going to see a little subscribe button for you to click on. And if you don't already have an account with YouTube, it's free for you to set it up. It's really easy, it's free, but you've got to subscribe to this channel. And the most important thing is to ring the little bell right next to the subscribe button. And that's going to let you know every time I load new money-making videos to help you grow your real estate business. So make sure you subscribe right now, you ring the little bell, and we'll see you on the next video.